Okay, guys, so I'm going to publish today the final draft of the work paper that I've authored. Another work paper I've authored. I've actually authored over 290 almost, or actually over 300. Well, around 300 work papers, over 300 work papers, work reports, the legal article, uh, documentation. Files, just a few documentation files actually, the breadth, the substantial, everything that are published online and have stored in publication catalogs or work papers, work reports, legal article, legal and political writings essentially, and aside the book sketch, the New Society's concepts and apperceptions of an Eastern Caribbean model of commonality. It's not an online model of commonality. It's the New Society's concepts and apperceptions of an Eastern Caribbean model of commonality. That was the book sketch, unedited, deceptive but lawful, authored and published by me with iUniverse in 2012, and slightly revised as needed in early 2013. And deceptive because I could not reveal what I was going to publish, the legal article, a decade later, for the most part, or less than a decade later. I could not reveal what I was going to focus on in my commentaries, the now work papers. And so, yeah. So the work papers is going to is focused on the legal tenets of NATO in North America, infrastructurally, in an advanced manner or in an advanced sort of way. And also legal tenets of the Supreme Tribunal of the Americas as a fundamental organ of the free trade area of the Americas. So it's going to be incepted, it's going to be established within 2 to 3 years as part of the free trade and economic agreement of the Americas. And and yes, I'm going to author the Constitution of Europe. I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of my jobs. I'm going to author the Constitution of the Americas. I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of my jobs. It's going to first be drafted as the constitutive treaty establishing the Union of the Americas, and then in the final draft, I'm just going to magically change the title, and it's going to say the Constitution of the Americas, and below, right below, subtitles, and governing the Union of the Americas, and so and so. Okay, so or for governing the Union of the Americas, or for administering the Union of the Americas, or for regulating the Union of the Americas. So I have a lot of work to do. And so, yeah, I published the first draft of the respective work paper, what I've just detailed, about an hour or two ago, actually about 2 3 hours ago, and I'm gonna publish the final draft. I'm gonna have it published as usual on LinkedIn.com or LinkedIn app, or you can find the same uh, account profile. You're gonna find my same account profile. I'm Shawn Dexter John. I'm the only Shawn Dexter John in the world, and certainly on LinkedIn. And it's also going to be published on my website, my professional blog, ShawnDexterJohn.wordpress.com. It's also going to be published and cataloged at scribd.com. That's SCRIBD.com. The CIA literally created LinkedIn when I requested it back at Howard University. Uh, it created scribd.com, and it also created allowed me to create my my professional blog site. It was a free professional blog with WordPress.com. I could have paid the amount to make it completely professional, just a website, but I needed to be discreet and under the radar for as long as possible, while allowing folks all over the world, especially the English-speaking world, to be able to look at what I'm working on, what the Central Intelligence Agency at INTERPOL are working on, uh, without a dramatic disclosure to the rest of the world or to the greater population of the planet or even this country. So, yeah. So, quite humble. I'm in a humble state right now. Uh, my family members and my colleagues are in the process of transferring uh, my accounts to a Florida account, sanctioned and authorized and licensed, certified American bank and financial account, consolidated my trust fund and estate accounts and instruments back in them and this and that, and financial instruments back in the accounts, and now the consolidated account. But yeah, so I'm being patient. I can't wait to get my transformation. I can't wait to be known as Khaled Hassan, aka Shawn Dexter John, for corporate identity. Have sacrificed enough. So I did. I was gonna take a break today, but I haven't taken a break in 5 months, not even for a day. Every time I do say I'm gonna take a break, I am just motivated to keep writing. I can't. I can't misimpress my dad at all, or my uncle, or my colleagues, or folks who are going to be entered into our programs, especially the women who are going to mother my children. They're going to be in rigorous training programs, uh, private charters, and offsite tutoring, and strategic training, and this and that. So they're going to be very competent. These women are going to be CIA operatives, posing as everyday moms, you know, suburb moms, posing as nuns. One or two might actually pose like a nun. Some are going to pose like pose as journalists, and this and that, all sorts of stuff. But they're going to be stuck in the house often to make sure that the kids are in front of the table and stuff. At the table, studying in front of the computer, uh, and so forth. And sons and daughters, not just sons, obviously. But I guess, and yeah, so they're gonna have consistent conferences, video conferences with each other, uh, and I'm gonna be in my children's lives. I've sacrificed, I've sacrificed to be able to do so without offending anyone. I believe. Hopefully, I don't offend anyone. But my daughters and my sons, they're gonna be well trained. Some are gonna end up being celebrities, or some are gonna end up being agents or operatives of celebrities. Some are going to end up in government, literally or officially, and some are going to be industry or corporate actors. They're all going to be undercover auditors and operatives and agents of the Central Intelligence Agency, protected by INTERPOL, with subsidiaries, Maripol and Caripol, being able to supplement uh, its effort. So, yeah, so hopefully things are going to work out perfectly. I'm pretty sure they are. I'm not I'm not gonna offend anyone and do my job. And yeah, so we're gonna have at least 10,000 CIA agents, uh, black CIA agents, uh, in 20 years or 18 years. So 20 years, let's just say 20 years. We're gonna have at least 10,000 or approaching 10,000 in 20 years, or toward 10,000 in 20 years. And right now, there aren't any black CIA agents other than myself. And that's the policy of the United States government. Until they are sure, that's what they keep saying, until they are sure that African Americans are no longer in hate of whites, in hate of whites. And because some of the policies and the documents are still on contemporary files, completely say that the United States of America is Eurocentric, and its purpose with protecting the European or the Eurocentric perspective and policy on global governance and fragmented governance, and this and that. And they have reiterated it and republicized it within internal uh, portals and stuff. So that's the excuse. But Interpol has committed to me, and it said my children are going to be the lead agents and sub agents and operatives and auditors. And naturally, folks not within my genetics are going to be able to be entered into the Central Intelligence Agency system also. And in 30 years, all CIA agents and federal agents, managerial agents, lead agents, they're going to be African American. All. The International Criminal Police Organization is quite serious. Okay, there's nothing I can do anymore. We're going to have white agents, white regular agents, sub agents, as you guys would say, but the managerial, the lead agents. I don't want to dishing out the policy orders in correspondence with the Constitution and federal statutes and the protocols of the federal government as naturally administered by me or designed by me, will be African Americans. And I'm not speaking about Caribbean born African Americans, I'm speaking of African Americans, traditional and Caribbean born and African born and South Pacific born and so forth. All right, the majority are going to be, natural American-born African Americans. That's natural. That's okay. And that's no one has ever gotten in the way of that reality. Okay, but that's not a reality that harms anyone. To me or anyone else I've worked with in the African American or the Caribbean community or the African community or any other community, for the most part, other than white supremacists or white nationalists. Okay, we're going to have a lot of Hispanic agents all across the country, especially in ICE. So you're not going to have to confront that same sort of boldness that we've encountered in the past regarding ICE and immigration and customs and borders and this and that. So they said they're still going to be racist toward immigrants and migrants and so forth. Well, yeah, well, they can take the chance. Folks can always take the chance, but there are always consequences, okay? So we're going to treat every person as if he or she is equal to us. All right? To each and every one of us. I'm pretty sure of it, and that's the right thing to do at all times. Yeah,